10, Sydney Sweeney presented a 5-year business plan to her parents to convince them to let her pursue acting.
I remember sitting there going, I can't imagine picking one thing for the rest of my life. And I know I was super young, but I knew that as an actor, like with all my imaginary worlds that I'd like to build, I could pretend to be all these different things that I wanted to maybe try out one day.
At 14, she moved to Los Angeles to follow that dream, taking her whole family along for the ride.
I found my old school notebooks from lower school, and I had all my friends' names, the different characters, and I couldn't believe it.
Were they like dramas, comedies?
It was, I don't even know what it was. It was all over the place. But I called up some of my friends. I was like, do you remember these? And they're like, yeah, you used to have us all play different parts on the school playground, and it was, I couldn't believe it.
She landed small roles in shows like Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy, and Pretty Little Liars. At 20, she had her first major on-screen TV roles in the Netflix series Everything Sucks and HBO's Sharp Objects. In the latter, she was initially supposed to have a small part, but the director was pleased with her performance and kept inviting her back for scenes.
I had a lot of terrible auditions where the casting directors would just be like eating food while you're auditioning, not even looking at you when you're doing your audition, taking like phone calls and asking you to wait. Like the casting director for Sharp Objects, his name's David Rubin, is so incredible. It was the first audition that I walked in. He knew his lines, like didn't even look at his page. And I felt like I was doing an actual scene. I finally felt really good about an audition, and I felt like seen as an actor.
At 20, she landed a recurring role in the dystopian thriller The Handmaid's Tale as child bride Eden Blaine. Though she'd had big screen roles before, her small part in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as a member of the Manson family in 2019 exposed her to a wider audience. To prepare for each role, Sweeney develops detailed character diaries to build out the character's world. Offset, Sweeney has had a long-standing passion for sports, playing several in high school, including mixed martial arts. She also repairs vintage cars and even created a TikTok account to share her passion with the world.
Today I removed the original drive shafts because, much to my mom's dismay, I am changing the transmission to automatics.
At 21, she landed the role of Cassie Howard in the HBO series Euphoria, which helped make her a household name.
I'm so proud to be a part of this show because as an actor you dream of these very gritty, realistic roles, and I feel that Euphoria has that.
At 23, Sweeney founded her own production company, 50/50 Films, an endeavor to uplift women creators. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Sweeney donated $12,000 to launch the 12 Days of Christmas initiative with local organizations in Spokane, Washington, where she spent time as a child. The donation funded meals from 12 local restaurants that would be given to people in 12 homeless shelters in the city. 2 other organizations matched her donation, resulting in $48,000 worth of meals for those in need. At 24, Sweeney starred in the first season of the HBO dark comedy series The White Lotus, receiving a Primetime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie for her performance. That year, she took to social media to address hurtful comments mocking her appearance.
Apparently, I am trending on Twitter right now for being ugly. And I would never actually do this, like ever. But I think it's really important for people to see how words actually affect people. People need to be nicer on social media, because it's really up.
Sweeney also spoke out against the double standard women actors face when they choose to do nude scenes.
There are hour-long compilations of world-famous male actors with nude scenes who win Oscars and get praised for that work. But the moment a woman does it, it degrades them. There's such a double standard, and I really hope I can have a little part in changing that.
At 25, Sweeney was named to Forbes magazine's 30 Under 30 list. Her next starring role comes in the psychological thriller Immaculate, for which she is also executive producer. Sweeney had auditioned for the role back in 2014. Years later, she bought the rights to the screenplay to bring it to life alongside director Michael Moen.
How do you stay grounded in all of that?
By going home, by having a really good support system, by remembering where you come from and being thankful of where you are.